And this next one is a good comeback game. This is a good, sigh of relief game right here. Cowboys-Giants. Now, in week 1, these two teams played divisional matchup. Usually those are kind of close. Cowboys blew the doors off the Giants. 40 piece. Giants ain't put up nothing. 40 zip. This time around, it's hard to say, but it seems the Giants have gotten worse than when they played the Cowboys in week 1. Daniel Jones, IR. Tyrod Taylor, IR. Offensive line, trash. Defense, struggling. Last year, Dabo was the coach of the year. This year, that Giants team is terrible. I'll give the Giants some respect, and I'll say it won't be as big a blowout as it was last time. You know, they're still professionals. They're still in the National Football League. You would think that they would come up and show up to play. Still, this is a divisional game. It's a rivalry game. So you think they'd show up to play. Man, but you got to look. The Giants are having a bad year. When Daniel Jones went down, he hadn't even cracked 1,000 yards passing. Saquon sits at 500 yards on the season. The Darren Waller project isn't panning out right now in New York. That might be major part to the quarterback situation and the offensive line situation. When you don't have an O-line, it's hard to do pretty much anything. Run the ball, pass the ball, anything. So that's not working out. Waller's sitting at 384 on the year. 384 receiving on the year. That is sad entering week 10 for a tight end of his caliber. And he came from Las Vegas. I think he'd with the culture shift they're going through right now in Vegas, I think he'd love to be back over there. Cuz this is going to be a good game also for the Cowboys to get back on track. That loss against the Eagles was a tough one. Dak, let's talk about Dak real quick. In that loss against the Eagles, Dak did everything he needed to do to win that game. He did have 2 drives towards the end of the fourth quarter where he left points on the table. He had 2 chances to win. He stepped out of bounds, mistake on the 2-point conversion. Again, mistake. You can't afford to make mistakes, clearly. Because if we had those 2 points and then we could kick the field goal, that's 5 points. We lost by 5. He did what he needed to do to win the game, but we needed him to do more. And he did. I'm sure he could admit he could have done more. Granted, that rushing attack we have is terrible. We let Zeke go when we shouldn't have. We hitched our wagon to Tony Pollard, and look what we're getting in return. In the offseason, it's a necessity that Jerry Jones go find another running back that can be the counterpunch to Tony Pollard. Pollard's a smaller, shiftier guy. We need someone who can be a power punch. We need to bring a 1 and 2 on offense. Because that's when we were at our best on the Cowboys. The 1 and 2 at running back, and then we've got a good 1 and 2 at receiver, and we've got a reliable tight end. That's always been our formula, and we perform at our best when we follow that formula. Dak Prescott, he has a lot of critics, and the critics didn't silence after that loss because they said you had 2 last drives to go down there and win the game, and you did not. So the jury's still out when the Cowboys really need Dak to be great. Not when we need him to perform well in regular season games, when we need him to have those Brady-esque moments, those Mahomes-esque moments, those Manning-esque moments, when we need him to summon that, can he do it? And over the 7 years, going on 8 that he's been in the league, he's shown us that he can't do it. But he has also shown us, this game has proven, that he might not be the greatest, but he's damn good. And that's the analysis on Dak, I guess. He's not the greatest quarterback. He'll never be the greatest quarterback. He'll never be one of the greats. But when it's all said and done, he'll be a damn good quarterback. Cowboys beating the Giants 28-10.